Ontario Racing Unfiltered is back for a second season for an even more heart-stopping look at the world of horse racing. Joining us now for a closer look is harness racing expert Kelly Spencer. Thanks for being here with me this morning.
Thank you, my pleasure.
I've always had a real kind of fascination when every now and then just to have a fun event. Sunday at the races used to be a thing at Woodbine, and you know, just going there and experiencing it has enough of a bit of an adrenaline rush. But this really gives you an opportunity, this last season of Unfiltered and this one as well, to pull back the curtain and see so much more drama and so much more of the competition that lies at the heart of this. Tell me a little bit, because you narrate us through episode 1. What is it about the backstory that makes this even more exciting than just going to the races?
Well, you nailed it. It's really, you get a very minute taste of it when you're at the racetrack as a spectator or if you've placed a wager. But this, absolutely, this Unfiltered series takes you right behind, totally behind the scenes, unfiltered. I mean, this is the real deal. And you know, we follow certain characters. In episode 1, it's 4 harness drivers who are really 3 of them in the prime of their career, and 1, the rookie, sort of coming up. His time will come. And it gives you, season 2 especially really shines a light on what's happening underneath, psychologically, emotionally. The Olympics are on right now. Right. We're looking at all of the athletes, you know, mental outlooks and psychological thinking going into their events, and that's really what this is. This docuseries is a sneak peek of what's under the surface of these professional athletes who are then driving these professional athletes, the racehorses. So it's a great character study. I think people will find it very compelling, even if you know very little about horse racing. The characters themselves and the action, very, very compelling cinema.
It's such a unique career, and just to get a sense of what kind of characters, I mean, this first episode not only, like you say, takes us into the paddocks, takes us onto the golf course, takes us into the home life, but it really does go to speak as to what builds the character and what's the need to be competitive. Tell me a little bit about your experience and what kind of tickles you about the different characters that you see on a regular basis.
The people in harness racing and horse racing are some of the nicest people you will ever meet, but they are fierce competitors. They are professional athletes. They are full-time caretakers of horses, so there's a lot of responsibility, a lot of demand, a lot of pressure all the time. And if you're a professional athlete in your prime, you've worked your whole career to get there. And when you're on the top of the hill, as James McDonald says, one of the characters in the first episode of season 2, as soon as you're at the top of the hill, there's just a parade of people looking to knock you down. So it's great because this docuseries takes you into all of those dynamics of those relationships. So these drivers are fierce competitors against one another, but as you said, then they're out together on the golf course, you know, blowing off some steam. Not really, they're still competitive on the golf course. It's, you know, they're friends, but they're rivals when they're on the track. It's, you just see a lot of things going on. And then we touch on, you know, what happens when they get hurt. You know, one of the new characters, Bob McClure, broke his femur during the winter in a snowmobile accident.
Right.
And so so the series does a great job of showing, you know, what that's like to be sitting on the sidelines. As he says, you know, the game goes on without you. And they really get into his vulnerabilities, all of their vulnerabilities about, you know, trying to get to the top and what happens when you get there.
And it's interesting to learn that, you know, a race is not a race is not a race. They're all important, but the North American Cup, there's so much to unpack here. I've really enjoyed having a conversation with you. Season 2, I believe episode 2 drops tonight.
It does.
1 is already out there, and you can find that on CRAVE or CTV.ca or the app. So definitely, it really is a cool pulling back the curtain on harness racing and beyond. Thank you so much for being here, Kelly.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.